One of the fastest growing sports in the U.S. has its origins right here in Kitsap County. This week on the Beat Blast, we're out here at the Sheridan Park Community Center talking pickleball. Stay with us. Welcome back to the Beat Blast, sponsored by the Admiral Theater. As the story goes, pickleball was invented here in Kitsap County in 1965 at the Bainbridge Island cabin of Joel Pritchard, a former U.S. representative and a lieutenant governor here in Washington. Pritchard and friends Bill Bell and Barney McCallum crafted rules for their made-up sport on a badminton court at the cabin, all to help their families beat a little summer boredom.
It was 1965, and really I was complaining to my father about there being nothing to do. And he told me when he was a kid, they'd go make games up, and I told him, why don't you go make a game up? So the rest is out there. It's history. The original intention was to provide a game for the kids to play, and what happened was the adults played, and we got very little playing time because, you know, they were bigger than we are.
So it very much was not ending up for the kids, it was for the parents and friends next door and down the beach, and you could not walk by that court night or day without having a crowd waiting to play.
A whole host of pickleball players swarmed the Bainbridge High School campus this weekend for the Bainbridge Island Founders Tournament. The new tournament, put on by the Bainbridge Island Historical Museum, was designed to highlight the sport's history on Bainbridge Island.
Bainbridge is a really special place because it is the birthplace of the game, so people are so excited to come and play here where it all began. Pickleball is the fastest growing sport in the nation, so you can definitely see that with the intensity and the energy around the sport. People are just so excited to be here today and get out there and play.
Since its founding, the sport has really taken off. Games and groups are popping up all across the U.S., and last year, a sports industry group reported the game had more than 3 million players all across the country. And just like the rest of the country, there are places to play all throughout Kitsap.
We now have all ages playing. It used to be pretty much of an old man sport, and then it was an old man, old woman sport, and now it's everybody's sport.
Most of us enjoy playing pickleball because it's a fun sport, it's easy to pick up, and we just have a great time playing it.
We just joke, there are some incredible shots, there's some horrible shots, it is a great fellowship, and we get exercise at the same time. And then again, I'm a little competitive.
Maybe you're just learning about the sport, or maybe you've been playing for years and are looking for a few ways to up your game. We talked with a few players locally about how they play the sport.
You play with a paddle that's bigger than a ping pong paddle, smaller than a racquetball racket, and just kind of combines all those sports, good for hand-eye coordination. And as you learn, you can put spins on it and lobs, or if you're my husband, you just hit it harder than heck and nobody can hit it back.
The flow of the game is on the serve, the receiving team has to let it bounce, and then they'll return it, and they also have to let it bounce. And then after that, you can hit it out of the air whenever you want to. It's called the no volley zone, which is basically like a 4 foot away from the net box. And you can't hit it out of the air if you're standing within that box. You want your first serve to be long and you want your return to be long, because you're basically trying to be the team that gets up to the net first. Because you want to have your toes on the kitchen line, the no volley zone, so that you can kind of either be set to dink it or to like reach in and kind of flick it and hit it hard.
And finally, what's on tap for the weekend ahead, sponsored by Silver City Brewery Tap Room. As usual, it's a big Labor Day weekend in Bremerton. The 30th Annual Blackberry Festival, sponsored by the Bremerton Rotary, opens Saturday from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m., Sunday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m., and Monday from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Also, the Ways Goose Festival, in its second year, will fill the streets at 4th and Pacific with ink and art from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Saturday and Sunday, August 31st through September 1st. And across Sinclair Inlet, you can also feast on the taste of Port Orchard from noon to 4 p.m. September 1st on the waterfront. And that's it for our pickleball-centric episode of the Beat Blast. Thanks to all of you, our subscribers, who make this possible. See you next time.